that is not very mini, more like a maxi. So is there anything left of that mini soul here that we all adore? Or is it simply a middle-sized SUV with a mini badge on it? One way or another, could this be a car for you? Look-wise, I must admit, I have warmed up to it slightly. Can you call it gorgeous? Let's not push it. But let's not forget that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. The new Countryman comes in 3 options: petrol, diesel and electric. Choices, I like that, to suit your wallets and your lifestyle. This is the electric version called All 4, which means it is all-wheel drive because we have 2 motors. One drives the front wheels and the other one drives the back wheels. About 300 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. The maximum charging speed is 130 kilowatt hours, and Mini tells us that the average charging speed is about 100. Well, in real life, it is actually between 60 to 70, which means from 10% to 80%, it will take well over the claimed 30 minutes. It is quite slow for a newly launched car, and I only recommend it if you've got a charger at home.
1, 2, 3.
The space here is pretty good. I have adjusted the front seat for my height and I've got a decent knee and legroom. A very good headroom. Middle seat. Well, the floor here isn't completely flat. That's because all Countrymans are being built on the same platform. But the space here is okay for 2 kids and even 2 adults. But this Maxi Mini has a very generous boot space, 450 liters.
But I'm thinking of the way you move, the way you make me grounded, thinking about the way.
Countryman, we've got 4 trims: Essential, Classic, Favorite and John Cooper Works. It might depend on the country as to what is available, but this is the favorite trim, which is pretty beefed up. But let's have a look at the cabin, which I think is a strong selling point of this car. We've got this knitted fabric that looks and feels like a jumper. The cabin just looks interesting, modern yet quirky. The quality of the materials, the fit and finish is very good. In terms of storage and practicality, there's plenty. A large shelf here, 2 USB-C ports, 12-volt socket, another shelf here. Whilst mobile charging, you've got this pocket, and the handle is a woven strip. How cute. Just like in a sports car to save weight. Nice steering wheel with a woven strip. Down here, you've got petite gear lever for power on and off, and a lever for different experiences, which is just a fancy name for driving modes. Let's change the driving mode. It should make a sound. I might have deactivated the sound, which sounds a little bit cringe at first, but then it's just part of the experience when it goes, ooh. So I better not improvise it anyway. Traditional knob for volume control, shortcut buttons for your driving modes, your cameras, very good. Okay, Sequa Platter as your infotainment system. It's pretty quick, pretty straightforward. Is it the most intuitive infotainment system I have seen in my entire life? Not quite. I still prefer the one from BMW. It's all right. I just plug in Apple CarPlay and get it over with. It's also a little bit sluggish. Battery. Okay, let's have a look at battery. You do have voice control. Hey Mini. She's processing.
Hello.
Let me see. Prices. Might be my butchered accent, but I don't think it's that bad. Now, okay, so let's talk about range and consumption. Mini declares a consumption of a variety of roads, 18 kilowatt hour per 100 kilometers, okay? Which gives you a range of 400 kilometers, about 250 miles. But that is also a bedtime story because I've just been driving on local roads today and my consumption is nearly 23. When I'm driving on a motorway, 23, 24. Bear in mind, the temperature is very mild, 19 degrees. It is the end of summer, beginning of autumn. So let's do 23, okay? The battery is 65. Let's divide that by 23. That is 280 kilometers, which is about 170 miles. That is a little bit off the declared mark, but never mind. The cabin certainly makes up for it.
I wanna stay up late with my heart in your head. Maybe stay too much, cause you don't understand. You got me going.
It is quiet, comfy. The suspension feels lush and relatively soft, which is already un-Mini-like. But it also tells me right away you will like it if you want comfort and that premium feel. It is very easy to live with this car, maneuver it in and out of car parks, great turning circle, good overall visibility, big rear window, you're sitting slightly higher up, good driving position, brilliant cameras. The steering feels nice and light, yet it is precise and direct. So some mini soul still left in here. So in this rather maxi mini, of course the weight is a concern. It doesn't matter when you're in town on a straight road, but when you hop on a twisty road, things do change a little bit. And whilst it stays reasonably flat around the corners, we've got a pretty good grip, you still feel the weight and the chunkiness of this car. Not too long ago, I've tested Countryman with a petrol engine, and it did feel much niftier, simply because it's lighter. But let's flick it to go-kart mode and see if it makes any difference. So everything stiffens and sharpens. It does improve, however, it is power focused rather than handling focused. So it's not a car to bash around the corners. We've got the petrol engine Mini Cooper for this job. Having said that, we still have plenty of power and punch here to accelerate, to overtake. It certainly feels very energetic. But in daily life, especially in town, I drive in what's called the braking mode. To activate it, you simply shift the gear lever to B, and it is essentially a one-pedal drive. But I must admit, when I activated it first in this car, I thought, whoa, the braking mode felt very braking, aggressive on it. And I drive different EVs every week, but it is really a question of getting used to it. And once you do, it becomes very convenient. You are just using the throttle pedal. You lift your foot off the throttle, the car slows down, and it will come to a complete stop. Voila. But is it a fun, playful Mini? No, I must draw a line here. This is a grown-up Mini to carry your family, children, even elderly parents, because the height is actually quite perfect. It is smooth, relaxing, and fast, but I strongly recommend having a charger at home for a peace of mind. Otherwise, the slow charging will drive you absolute bonkers. I like the fact you can really customize it to make it truly yours. My favorite color is the British Racing Green. In terms of looks, well, whilst for some it might be a hideous, boring looking box, for others it is a sweet moon river that you want to take home right away. I am somewhere in the middle. Looks like I'm getting old. I'm starting to like ugly things. Oh dear. I'm curious what you think about this car. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful day, whatever that you're up to, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!